right, let's hear from an expert as he takes us through his journey of cloud adoption and the success that the organization has achieved. I'm talking about Rajiv Batra, CIO, Bennett Coleman and Company Limited. Welcome, Rajiv. And I'd like to hand over to Amit Kumar, partner KPMG, to kindly moderate this session. So over to you, Amit.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for giving your time for the Economic Times Cloud Innovation Summit. This is Amit Kumar. I'm one of the partners with KPMG advisory team. And if you can get started with a brief introduction of yours and the organization, that'll be awesome to start with.
Okay, Amit, thank you very much. So I work as the group CIO for Bennett Coleman, which is the largest media conglomerate of India. Our flagship product, everybody is aware of, is Times of India and the financial newspaper, which is Economic Times, the world's largest newspaper, I would say, and largest circulated newspaper. We are also into internet business, obviously, Times Internet. We have Times Network, which is our TV network. We are into radio. We are into higher education, which is Bennett University. So many things, but all we are the largest media company in India, I would say.
And frankly speaking, Bennett Coleman doesn't need any introduction. Frankly speaking, I've been one of the longest, admirers of the Economic Times, and the Times of India still continues till date, and been associated with Times Internet in one form or the other. So it's been great having you on the session, and having being the group CIO, Rajiv, would have seen multiple generations when it comes to technology, digital transformation, journey throughout Bennett Coleman. If you could talk about your journey and how you are viewing cloud as an opportunity.
So I'm coming to the technology landscape. So we started around our digital transformation journey around 5 years ago, in fact. So obviously there's a lot of legacy. Being an 184 years old organization, we had a lot of legacy. So we had to start sort of a clean slate, I would say. And cloud served as one of our key pillars of transformation, where we could move with quite an agility to the latest, I would say, applications and systems. As of now, I would say we are almost 65 to 70% of our core applications are on cloud. We still have certain legacy applications, specifically on our editorial workflow or our advertising workflows, which are sitting in our data centers as such. But most of our frontline applications, which aid our frontline functions, or even our certain backend functions, are on the cloud as such. And with almost 2 years with the pandemic, in fact, coming, we had to move a lot of our security elements also on the cloud. So we got even the cloud proxies done, cloud VPNs done. So more or less the office expanded from say 100 odd locations to number of our employees is 7,000 odd locations all across India. And we had to ensure all the last miles also get protected. So yes, cloud has come in handy to us in terms of scaling with speed, as well as ensuring that we get the latest of application software for our business.
Absolutely. And which specifically part of the cloud, Rajiv, whether it is infrastructure as a service, whether it is platform as a service, or completely SaaS-based applications are the flavor at Bennett Coleman?
So we had a hybrid cloud strategy which we adopted for most of our infrastructure as a services. We got a private cloud implemented internally approximately 4 years ago, and it is scaled well for our managing our internal infrastructure or expansion of it specifically for our legacy applications, for their I would say responsive nature that we required internally for our applications which are frontline business centric, say our response or our sales organization, our distribution organization, or I would say the productivity or collaboration environment in our system. We went for our regular organization that provide application as a services on the cloud, and they have scaled well for us as of now.
And if you could elaborate on some of the business value, Rajiv, that Bennett Coleman has been able to achieve, during this journey, and what were the most standout, I would say, drivers in your mind now, if you look back, 5 years into this journey?
So, Amit, it had been I would say, without a thought, actually, I would say it had helped us move through this pandemic without any problem. So when we started the digital transformation journey, we didn't had such type of when you do business continuity or disaster recovery, such scenarios were never in our mind. We had, okay, primary side, we have backup sites, we have cloud environment. We wanted to give agility to the various business functions to work from anywhere. So we started with that concept, but never in our thought we had that primary site is fine, secondary site is fine, but the people who have to work are not there. That was, we had not even thought about that environment.
And none of the businesses, actually, it was unprecedented in the history of, at least in my existence, I had never seen any such thing as a disruptive as COVID-19. So I think that changed a lot of the assumptions that we had.
Exactly, Amit. So last pandemic was more than 100 years ago, but then what this one did was, in fact, our frontline businesses, rather than me saying it, our frontline business sponsors for the main applications that we have, which is like a president of our sales or director for our distribution network, they clearly come back to me and says, Rajiv, if we didn't had these applications at the right time, which were cloud-based and secure for to run our businesses, probably we would have been a very dire strait. The way we were able to bring back our business to the routine, I would say, to before pandemic, it wouldn't have been possible had we not had the systems which performed with flexibility and agility and the speed and efficiencies, which we would not been able to do probably if they would have been managed through a internal data center type of an environment, because even the people couldn't go during that time out. So it has helped us immensely, this environment. In terms of KPIs, I would say our subscription management, or even our managing our subscribers, we were able to do digital payments otherwise, which is a very traditional model which we have, because our distribution arm is not an organized one, it's a slightly unorganized sector. But because we were digitally enabled, we were able to get the renewals, we were able to get our subscribers back, even with the break that we have in terms of lockdowns or people not being able to go out and all that stuff. So whether payments, whether subscriptions, whether doing sales, it had its own challenges, but the business didn't stop, I would say, for want of technology.
And when adopting cloud, Rajiv, one of the key things that comes, and I'm sure you'd have had that thought also, and many in the industry had, data security has been the foremost concerns while adopting cloud technology. Is this any longer a concern, or we've proven beyond doubt that cloud is as secure as your own data center?
I would say yes. I mean, there were apprehensions earlier, but now even the security paradigm has evolved of time. Probably they were not as secure earlier than what we have now, because if you see, even the security elements are now spread across cloud. So you can get cloud proxy, you can get cloud VPNs, you can get cloud multi-factor authentication. So that helped us. And even now the firewalls, the new age firewalls which we have, they are able to manage the environment where people are connecting to the cloud. So when you have your employee base sitting at home, most of our security infrastructure, whether for the application sitting on the cloud, you have those set of basic or advanced security enabled for such type of access, as well as for the core data that's sitting on the cloud. Yes, a lot of other business continuity aspect or exit type of functions where you may have to switch your provider, those still remain a bit of a tricky areas that you have to manage as a CIO, but everything is manageable now, I would say, on the cloud environment.
And flipping the conversation, Rajiv, I know Times of India Group, it has a legacy and a huge information and data flows through the systems, and whether it's subscriber information, the payment data, everything else. How are you leveraging data in this new age world to be able to drive business and things like that? How is Bennett Coleman moving into the new world from a data AI ML perspective?
So yes, we have employed a lot of elements of Industry 4.0 internally in our environment, whether it's machine learning, whether it's robotic process automation using bots, whether it's visual analytics that we have started using for our frontline sales, whether it's AI based of response that we need to give to our through our customer care for our customers through internet telephony and all that. So that's implemented now. Come to think of it, earlier we were not able to give, say, visual analytic based targets to our salespeople. We were giving, they had to be told through emails or basic or fundamental communication models or the traditional communication model about their targets and all. Now it's all available on a dashboard, a visual dashboard, where they can easily see what's the target for the day. They have a pricing engine which is based on machine learning. Our pricing engines are very, very complex. They cater to almost 112 parameters before a price of an advertising is determined. So those parameters are now based on machine learning, which can churn out near to exact sort of a pricing that advertising can be given across the table. Earlier, it used to be sent back to the head main office, and the pricing team used to churn out that what is the right price. It used to take hours and hours. Now it is done on the fly. So that has cut down time to revenue or time to market, I would say, a lot. Similarly, earlier when the customer used to call us, we didn't have that his historical information. Now we have all the historical information. So the first time resolution, as we call, has gone down dramatically. So now at least 50% calls get first time resolution on the first call itself, and the customers are usually happy with that. Also, subscription payments are now just online. People can just pay when they get an SMS, and it's done. Earlier, check has to be cut. Somebody has to go collect the check. So all those things are done. Then we have got a lot of, I would say, robotic process automation for a lot of our basic mundane things, repetitive, which a lot of process specifically given from our finance side for payments to vendors or GST reconciliation and all those. So those are now managed through robotic process automation. And most of the processes are, I think, 99% accurate and much more efficient than if I have to put a battery of people do the same thing. So one, I'm saving a lot on the manpower cost for that. Plus, system is much more efficient on that. So overall, one on this, other is on the editorial. We give a lot of machine learning based what you say, analytical data for the infographics which comes in the newspaper. So whether it's on the traffic, whether it's on pollution, how the various or in the like very mundane thing like food grain pricing and all, which have to government declare. So all that stuff is not done through these.
And I know for a fact that Times Internet has a fantastic and really large scale infrastructure when it comes to real time bidding for the advertisement and a complete ad network altogether. I've been personally aware about those developments, having worked in data analytics area for quite some time. So it's really hats off to Bennett Coleman team to be able to put together such a comprehensive platform in India. And last question, Rajiv.
Yeah.
With data privacy being one of the core areas these days, and there is legislation in India also that's up for discussion. How are you thinking as a group CIO when it comes to data privacy and compliance?
See, we had made our systems ready for, because our platforms are across the world, so we are already complying to the GDPR norms as such. So what my understanding as of now, I'm yet to go through the draft what has gone for to be the act, which includes even non-personal data. I've heard now. So in terms of privacy, our systems are right now ready with the GDPR compliance. I think the Indian privacy law which is going to come will more or less have semblance of exactly what GDPR has, with the nomenclatures probably changed or terms changed a bit. So some tweaking may be required there. Non-personal data, I'm not very sure yet. Let's see what the act comes. Then I don't think it will be much of a tweak that may be needed, but more or less we will be compliant to that.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for speaking to us, and it's really a pleasure talking to you. Over the course of last 20 minutes. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you very much, Amit.
Pleasure. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you, Mr. Batra, for taking us through that wonderful journey. And thank you so much, Mr. Amit Kumar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up is our next session. It's going to be very interesting. So join us there. Stay tuned.